Okay, guys, so I'm pretty excited because we're about ready to start week 4. And yes, we're struggling and we're still learning certain things about how online classing works, including myself. But let's be patient with each other. The important thing, though, guys, is I devoted a lot of time to make sure you guys get KudoWorks working. And you have some assignments due by this Sunday night. And know that I will look and add that to the grade book, okay? But anyways, we also have a Unit 1 test coming up this coming week. And you need KudoWorks to do it. I repeat, you need KudoWorks to do it. So guess what? You better make sure you got that KudoWorks going. You know your password, you got the email set up, all that sign-in stuff done. Anyways, this Unit 1 test, hopefully you'll do very well on, because the first thing I'll remind you of, guys, is make sure you use a calculator. Okay? Anyways, let's get started. So, on this one right here, we're supposed to evaluate. Our rules say we got to do our parentheses first. So I have -8 minus, notice I'm not touching that -8 minus yet. I got to do this parentheses right there, right? And so what is inside the parentheses? -3. Remember, guys, minus negative becomes a plus. So what's -3 plus 1? -2. Now notice what I have here, guys, is a -8 minus a -2. Well, again, doesn't a minus with a negative make a plus? So I have -8 plus 2. Which, of course, is -6. All right, let's do the next one. Guys, our rules say we got to look at the parentheses first, but there's only one number in there. What's next after parentheses is the power. So, what do we have here, guys, is 8 plus, I'm not doing anything there. At the end here, we have a minus -4. I'm going to do the parentheses with the power first. What is -6 times with another -6? That is positive 36. But again, if you need to, use your calculator. Now that we have the parentheses and the power done, guys, notice I have a plus, and over here I have a minus. Plus and minus you do in order as they come. So I have a 8 plus 36. So I'm going to actually do these together first, which is 44. Now, guys, do you agree the minus with the -4 really means a plus 4? And 44 plus 4 is 48. Okay, now guys, remember, you can always rewind, pause, and watch the video again. Now guys, look at this one here. Does everyone agree we have a big fraction right here? So with fractions, remember guys, you're going to do the numerator together at once, you're going to do the denominator together, and then you're going to finally divide. Remember, a fraction means divide. So, do you agree that 8 times 2 is 16? 2 times -1 is -2. Only after we do the numerator and the denominator do we divide them. Fraction again means divide. 16 divided -2 is -8. Okay, let's see what the next one's like. Remember how we evaluated? We started this a couple weeks ago, guys. So they tell me x is -5. I put in -5 for x. They tell me z is -7. I put in -7 for z. Now let's see what we got here. We got right here -7 minus. We have right here -5 divided by 5. We have a plus. Sorry, let me see. That's a plus right there, right? Sorry, my circle got away there. And finally, we got another -7. So all I did, guys, was plug in my -5 and my -7 in the right places. Now, this problem is just like any of these other problems, right? So, do you guys agree? This time I have a minus, I have a plus, but don't forget I have a divide right in the middle. Which one do I do first? The rules say, guys, I do multiply and divide before I do add, subtract. Unless it's in a parentheses. Okay? But in this case, there's no parentheses. So guys, notice I still have -7. I still have the plus -7 at the end. I'm going to do the divide first. So it's minus. What's -5 divided by 5 right here? -1. Now guys, notice I now have a minus and a plus left over with a bunch of negatives. So, do you agree that this first minus, I'm going to do first because it came first. Plus and minus, guys, you just go in order from left to right. So, if I take that minus with this negative, doesn't it become a plus again? So what I really have is -7 plus 1 plus a -7. And when I do this plus first, -7 plus 1, I get -6. When I add the -7 with it, I get -13. Okay, guys, pause the video and try this one. Each problem, guys, you should be pausing that video, writing it down, and trying it. You don't want to just watch me and copy me non-stop, right? You want to pause the video, put it on your paper, try it, and then watch me do it. Okay, so guys, everyone agree? I'm going to plug in -8 for x. There's a minus, parentheses, 6, minus. For this y right here, I'm going to plug in -5. Close parentheses, minus. The z is 1. So, does everyone agree? I'm going to do the parentheses first. And inside the parentheses, I have a minus negative again. So guys, if you see a bunch of minus negatives on my test next week, you better know it really means a plus. So what I really have is -8 minus, in the parentheses, 6 plus 5 is 11. And I still have -1 at the end. Now what? Let's just go in order, right? We have a minus here and we have a minus there. So we're just going to go in order. Let's do these two first. What is -8 minus 11? -19. And then I'm going to do the -1. What is -19 minus 1 is -20. And of course, you can use your calculator to check your answers. Okay. So guys, let's do this one right here. Does everyone agree? We are told right here that y is -6. We are told that the z right here is 7, and these are timesing each other. Whenever they're next to each other, it means times, right? And we have, of course, right here a minus z, which we know is a 7. So does everyone agree? I plugged in -6 for y. I plugged in 7 for z. So guys, do you agree? We have a plus here, a minus here, but we also have a multiply in the middle. Which one should we do first? Our rules say we do multiply or divide before we ever do add or subtract, unless there's a parentheses telling us otherwise, right? So we have -6 plus, we're going to times together first, guys. -6 times 7 is -42. And we still have a -7 at the end. Let's just go in order, right? We have a plus and a minus there. So let's do the plus first. -6 minus 42 is -48. And then we're going to do the -7. What is -48 minus 7? -55. But of course, all that work, guys, you could have checked with your calculator. All right, guys, let's do this one, and that's it. So, guys, does everyone agree? I have a -6 here. The C, I'm told right over here, is 2. That's a times, right? Whenever they're next to each other, that's a times. And then C again is 2. A minus, or A is 6 in parentheses. So all I did was plug in 2 wherever I saw C. I plugged in the 6 where I saw the A. Now, guys, notice I have this times that times the parentheses. Which one do we do first? We do the parentheses first, right? So we have -6 times 2. 2 minus 6 is -4. Now, only thing left, guys, is multiply, right? Let's just go in order. -6 times 2 is -12. Let's times that with -4. -12 times -4 is 48. Positive 48. But, of course, we could check with a calculator, couldn't we? So, guys, I just want to remind you of one more thing before I officially end this video. Guys, make sure you have a calculator. Use parentheses whenever appropriate. Notice all these answers should match up with the answers I got in this problem. Okay? If they don't, let me know. Okay? But again, practice using parentheses when you want to do them first. Okay? Practice doing the negatives on your calculator and doing the minuses and so on. Only through practice, guys, with the calculator will you become proficient with it, where you can do it consistently without making silly mistakes. But you got to know your negative button. Everyone should know their square button, right? Everyone should know their parentheses buttons. So, guys, that's part 1. Part 1 of the Unit 1 practice test. So please study. Make sure you understand all the little rules and stuff we're doing. And especially practice with your calculator. See you in class, guys.